So, hi all, let's talk about Nataraja. So, what is Nataraja? The Hindu god Shiva in his form as a lord of dance, performing a cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and destruction. Creation is a creator, preservation is pursue, preserve, and destruction is to destroy, damage. So let's move on to see what is Nataraja. Like Nata means dance. Raja means a king. So this Nataraja is an iconic form in especially in South India sculptures represents a cyclical nature of the universe and has a deep symbolic meaning often shown with the ring of fire and the damru and the flame. Now let's talk about the symbolize. Let's talk about the symbolic meaning and the representation. The dance itself shows as the Ananda Tandav. He is actually doing a Tandav. I will get back to this. What is this? Uh, Ananda Tandav is nothing but a dance of bliss. He smiles and dances representation of five acts of Shiva. As I told you, it is creation, protection, distraction, obstructions, and liberation. Let me take you through all of these five elements. Uh, Creation, of course, it is creating something. Preservation, that is protection. Destruction is damage. Shiva himself is called as a destructor or a destroyer. Let's move on to this the image, the Nataraja itself. So Shiva is depicted with four arms, that is this one, two, three, and four. The upper right hand holds a damru, that is a drum, symbolizes a sound of creation. That is what I've told you, creation, destruction, obstruction, and the liberation. So, the first hand, which is holding a damru, if you can clearly see, the Shiva always holds damru when he's doing Tandava and all of it. And the upper left hand holds a flame of destruction, a flame, if you can see a fire element here. Next, a front right hand raises in Abhaya Mudra. This one. This is called Abhaya Mudra, a fear not gestures, offering a protection, reassurance of devotee. So this sign is called as Abhaya Mudra, and the front left hand points downwards towards his left feet, symbolizing liberation and the connection to the soul. So I think this moment we all of the dancer would have done. I think even I have done almost all of these steps in my classes. My ma'am have taught me this step. I've also learned this step how to balance it. And let's move on to this one. This leg. Why is he stepping on? If you can see, who is he? Let's talk about him. Okay, let's talk about him. This creation is called as Apasmara. In South, he is also known as Muyalaka. Okay, a dwarf, like a figure which is haunted expression. He's got a weird expression. If you can see a haunted expressions, half human and half shadow, frozen in the exact moment of being crushed. He is crushed by Shiva. But who is Apasmara and why does Krishna choose to dance on him? Okay, let's go back to the story of who is Apasmara and why Shiva is stepping on him. So, a long ago in the forest of great sage, ego crept into their heads. Their rituals became weapons. When the sages were doing all their sadhana, and that is what their knowledge turned into arrogance from one of their fire sacrifices. So one of the fire sacrifices emerged a strange being. When the sages were doing some kind of a fire sacrifices, a strange being created from the fire. A serpent, beast, and finally a dwarf. Not an ordinary dwarf, a creature born from a confusion, from ego, from spiritual blindness. This dwarf was called as Apasmara, the force of ignorance itself. He wandered across the world spreading delusion. When he wandered across the world with delusion, like person who's very lazy, the dwarf was very lazy, spreading delusion, making the wise forget their own beliefs about they were very invincible. The sages lost control, their creation began destroying the very knowledge they worshipped. That's when the Shiva appeared. When Shiva appeared, he did not appear as a warrior with no weapons, nothing, but as a Nataraja, the cosmic dancer with this calm smile on his face. He raised one foot on and placed it firmly on unshakable on Apasmara, not to kill him but to keep him restrained, because the ignorance can never be destroyed completely. If it is vanished forever, if it is vanished forever, the knowledge would also be losing its meaning. So Apasmara lives, he lives, but always under the Shiva's foot, never allowed to raise, never allowed to roll the mind. That is why every Nataraja shows the same movement. Shiva dancing the universe into the harmony while his foot keeps ignorance pinned to the ground. Actually, this meaning of the Apasmara itself gives the meaning of her life, where to grow you must hold the ignorance down. You should. Apasmara himself is very lazy, spreading delusion. So we as a human being, we don't want to have any kind of delusions and uh, distraction in life. Now let's move on to why dances pray to Nataraja. Dancers pray to Nataraja, a Lord Shiva, as a king of dance, because he embodies the cosmic cycle of creation, preservation, and distraction, representation, the universe, rhythm, and the divine source. I've already told you he represents everything in just in the statue. So, for all the moment, energy, artistic expression, offering guidance, fairness, the liberation through the eternal dance that is Tandava. He symbolizes the balance in the chaos, the overcoming of ego, that is apasmara, and the spiritual freedom, making him the ultimate muse and deity for the dancers seeking a deeper connection and the mystery. So we seek blessings from Nataraja to protect us, and this is why all of the dancers pray to Nataraja. Classical dancers mainly pray to Nataraja, as a Bharatanatyam dancer, Kathak dancer, Kuchipudi, Odissi, everybody. And if you see this, the whole round, it the circle itself represents time, a cyclical and without the end of the Hindu cosmology. In Nataraja, there is also a snake, that is cobra, which represents a power over death, ego, spiritual energy, transformation, rebirth, shredding his skin. So, this itself, the snake itself, represents the fearlessness, power. It is also called as a balance. It also represents as a life force and the eternal balance of nature, even as a creation and a destruction occurs. So hope this says all about an Nataraja. So thank you.